Hey everyone,
Hi, welcome.
welcome to Tarot for Today, Divine Dabblings with
Oberon.
and me, Banshee.
And I have a sporty new beret. Matches my sweater. Still can't get the color coordination right. Burgundy and forest green.
And me, I'm just wearing my sweater. I have a t-shirt on and I'm freezing in here. I went to the pharmacist today to get my flu shot. So I wanted to have short sleeves on for them to jab me with the old needle. But now I am protected from, well, at least the flu, if not the COVID. So I hope everybody's safe. It looks like we have a small group here tonight.
And we made our hot tea with lemon because it's a little nippy here in Michigan.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've got hot and cold here by me today, but I really appreciate Mr. O's hot tea for sure. So, yes, you look so spiffy in your burgundy beret.
It is not a raspberry beret. It is a burgundy beret.
Warm Banshee. Banshee needs to be warm. It's really cold in here. I don't know why today. Just feeling the chill. Well, anyway, hey, I've got the Halloween. Well, no, actually, I've got the Wiccan Oracle. I thought I had my Halloween Oracle, but I grabbed the wrong one. But that's okay. 'Tis the season. 'Tis the season. So we'll do the Wicca Oracle cards. They're colorful. And who is that by, Mr. O?
Neda Mesar, Lunea Weatherstone.
Yes, Lunea Weatherstone. I know that name. Neda Mesar, I'm not sure. Artwork by Kshatriya.
Hermhanavelbu.
I cannot read that name. Hempharnable. It's a long name. And we're very bad at names, so maybe I should spell these things
was that
out.
a nasty word? Oh.
Auburn. Silly Mr. O. You could act like you have some class. Pick a card for us. Ooh, that's number
6 or 9? It's 9 reversed. It's 6.
9 reversed, and there is a reversed for this one.
Oh my. Okay. Well,
wow, it is Beltane reversed.
when I saw that design, I said, that's Beltane pole. Maple.
That's right. So Beltane is reversed. Well, but this time of year, maybe. Of course, it's Beltane somewhere around that time. No.
Hi, Merwin.
Hey, Merwin. Our little secret. Tarot purchases. So anyway, Beltane reversed is you may be feeling separated from your sensuality, perhaps from negative experiences in the past. Find gentle ways to heal old wounds. Nice and simple today.
And Libra, we hope the snow doesn't put you under too much, but we do hope that it stays away from Michigan. And hi, country, we get a list, so we're going to take your name on our list, and you're probably 4th, 5th, 6th, something like that.
Well, you are at the bottom right now, country, but it's a short list, so you came at the right time. Let's go over our cards first, and then we'll go over the list, the cards we're going to be using.
All right, so I am using my Karma Music Tarot, which is
a real old deck.
A large size deck, and that's the moon from that deck.
How old is that deck, Mr.
It's late 70s,
that's what I thought.
So it's a little over 40 years old. Yes. And then I have the Night Sun Tarot, and this is the 2 of Pentacles from that one. It's kind of nice. And then finally, I have my Tarot of the Northern Shadows, kind of a Norse-inspired, Germanic, and that's the High Priest from that one. And you?
Well, I've got here right before me the Nightmare Before Christmas Tarot, and that is the moon, right? The moon in that deck.
Yes.
Beautiful rendition.
Quite.
Trying to think here, and I can't.
You were going to give us another deck to show?
I was, but I was going to say who authored this one, and then I've lost my train of thought. So let's move on to Kipling West's Halloween Tarot, and right here is the Three of Pentacles, or in this deck, the Three of Pumpkins.
Right. Very Halloween-like.
Very Halloween-like indeed, Mr. O.
Anything else?
Well, of course. I have the... Always showing that one. Time for a different one. Hang on, everybody. It's not like we have a huge list here. The Seven of Cups in the Edgar Allan Poe Tarot. Eugene Smith did the artwork on that one. Just beautiful.
Hi, Patton.
Hey, Patton. And finally...
That's right. Give us the love. Yes, thank you.
Elizabeth Alba's wonderful Everyday Witches Tarot for Halloween. Using that one again. I just love this deck. It's very whimsical, very nice.
The Eight of Pentacles.
And finally, we'll be adding a couple of cards, of course, from our...
You're one of our favorite people too, Patton. You're very nice to us. Thank you.
From our Halloween Lenormand deck. And that is the rider in a traditional Lenormand deck. But in this deck, what is it?
It's the Headless Horseman. I'm sorry, I was reading Patton's thing there. And yeah, we're doing pretty good today. Nothing real unusual. Michigan is really screaming.
Ramping up with the COVID
bleeding
cases.
Cases of COVID, where it's way up there.
We have something like 3,600 today.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's not good. Not good.
So we're not liking that, but just doing what I can to stay safe. I figure at my age, I have to just avoid
everything,
contact as much as possible.
Right. Well, you do work again part-time.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Oh.
Oh, a steampunk deck. Ooh, is that what it's called? The Steampunk Tarot? Barbara Moore, that name sounds familiar. She probably does them, right?
You know, I have seen it. I haven't gotten that one.
Thanks,
the only thing steampunk I have is like a little oracle I got. They're called steampunk tea leaf cards or tea reading cards. And it's a real interesting deck. I like it, but that's the only thing that I really have that's steampunky.
Well, I do get out for my job now, but during the initial part of the pandemic, I was getting out less than once a week, like literally like once a month in the first few months. We had deliveries. Then we eventually decided to go and pick up things. We still time everything. We try to do all of our shopping in the morning, early as possible before it gets crowded, things like that.
I will show those again sometime, Erwin. They're really kind of neat.
Thank you, sweetie.
I found them because somebody showed them once on, I don't know who had them, whether it was Mitchell Osborne, but somebody on Twitter showed them off one time, and I liked them so much I looked them up and I bought myself that deck. Yeah.
So let's go through the list and get started then.
We are going to get underway here, and we'll take some time to chat in between. All right. So...
Hello there.
Okay, I can't say your name, so I'm going to call you K.A.
I can say that one, Laura.
And I'm going to put you on the list, K.A. And Laura, you came right after. I'll get you on the list as well. Got a pretty good list here. It's not too big, so we should be okay reading for everybody thus far. Yay! Looking forward to the bark.
That's not rough at all.
But you know what, Gina? I'm just going to say that somebody sent us something to our P.O. box, and we still haven't gotten it, and they said we should have gotten it by now. So I don't know what's going on with the mail, as it's getting closer to the election here. So just don't know. Hi, Estelle. I'll get you on the list. Okay, I think we're raring to go. So our first name is Libra, Cusp, Aaliyah, Angel Mary, and then Gina, Merwin, Country, K.A., Laura, and Estelle.
You missed Patton.
Did I miss Patton?
Yes, you did.
Yes, I did. Oh, dear Patton. Hang on, you were
Oh, my
after...
goodness, 62. Wow.
You were after Merwin.
And Merwin probably is just watching tonight, or I think she said that.
Oh, is that true, Merwin? Okay, either way, we'll have you on the list. Love that NBC deck.
NBC deck.
Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas. Oh my goodness. Sorry.
All right.
It just popped into my head. Which deck was NBC? All right, so do we have Libra's question?
Yes.
Oh, boy, Patton, I feel for you. We get out a little bit, but it's very little, and I was able to sit outside a lot. I took a lot of pictures from my patio this summer, but hopefully when I'm retired, maybe we can take some walks places by the river. The Detroit River is nice and stuff.
So what deck should I use for Libra's question?
I don't know. It seems like my thing. There it is. What's coming towards me?
The Terror of the North Shadows.
Good choice. Hey, and by the way, Weiser had a great panel of tarot experts on last night. It was fantastic. I go to Weiser's website or their Facebook page.
Red Wheel Weiser.
I don't know if it's on YouTube, but hopefully they have taped it. It was a Zoom panel, but it was live on Facebook, and it was so good. Mary Kay Greer, oh my gosh, Rachel Pollack, the tarot lady was there.
Monty Farber, who may have dropped our name.
And Amy Zerner. Love their
cool
stuff. Major collectors of all their things. And there was another woman who made the
We'd love to meet you too, Patton. We'll figure it out maybe someday. You never know.
Someday. Someday this COVID will be over. I'm convinced of that. I just don't know when that's going to be.
And that's okay, Merwin. We're the ones with the aging brain cells.
All right. Ask the cards. And as a matter of fact, all those panels of experts, they had a question about what the future holds for the tarot, like I don't know how many years from now, and they all pulled a card on it. Each one pulled their own card on it to answer that question from the audience. That was really cool.
Alrighty, what's coming towards Libra?
Yep.
Well, we have the Queen of Discs, which is the Queen of Pentacles, or coins. We have a Two of Swords. These are both upright. And then we have a King of Swords. Well,
do you mind?
Go ahead.
I feel that, financially speaking, or maybe just even health-wise, if this, it could possibly relate to health and well-being, but it looks like you're holding your own, it looks like things are stable. Things are kind of staying where they are. It looks as though decisions that you are making, or you might be called, is that the Knight or the King?
This one is the King.
Okay, it is the King. So it shows that you've been making really good decisions for yourself, and so everything seems to be in a good place right now.
Yes, I would have to agree mostly there. That Queen of Discs says you're really on top of things. You're productive. You are producing things. And I think that the Two of Swords relates to the idea that there has been or will be a decision shortly that maybe is moving you forward. I sort of think that that Two of Swords is moving you towards the King of Swords. So I don't know if you're going to gain some autonomy in a certain direction, or maybe there's the home business thing is maybe going to take off, or something is connected to you basically being more in charge of your life, especially where it comes to material and production things. I mean, the swords are more about, action, stuff like that, but it takes action to make results, and the Queen is all about results. So
yeah. I mean, that all just seemed to fit together like a glove, Libra. I have to say.
It's hard to say. Different people had feelings about things that were going to affect mankind in general, humankind in general, and possibly be challenging. But you're right, I don't think there was anybody that specifically through cards saw the virus, or not that I'm aware of. And for Libra, we now have 2 Lenormand.
Well, I'm a little concerned about this one, Libra. Okay, so we have the black cat, which replaces the dog. You know, it was the dog in the traditional Lenormand. And then we have the cross. You know, so I hope you're not going to get some kind of bad news about a friend, or possibly that you're parting ways with a friend.
I feel it's more that, and I sort of feel like there's an idea there with that sword and the King of Swords, and so I'm just wondering if maybe there's a little degree of changing a direction, changing a partnership. Maybe the partner is a good friend, but maybe you're going to just be friends and change the partnership aspects.
Okay, Pat, and I'll take you off the list. Thanks for that.
Okay, you lurker. And isn't it close to your bedtime? No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Hey, was it last night? I can't remember. You were up pretty late posting something. Or maybe it was morning over there. I don't even know. Maybe I was the one up late.
Well, another way of looking at this too would be saying that maybe with the other cards there, that the good friend is the person who will be helping you in some respect, but that maybe it is about a decision where maybe you may mutually move into other directions.
Yeah, I see what you're saying, because in a way the dagger's another sword. But
exactly.
But the thing is, to me, I mean, this is just the way it looks in the Halloween Lenormand. It's really a cross.
Okay.
So I am concerned. So, but of course, you know, looking at the swords that were drawn, Lieb, I would just say that it seems like this move is probably is good for you. I guess that's what I want to say.
And you know, there are some connotations with the 2 of Swords about movement. Usually more when it's reversed, like you're just moving on with the decision. And here comes our Sun Man.
No, you stay.
Stay over there, Sun Man.
Stay here. We'll get you on camera, okay? There's the sunny cam. Stay right there. All right, so that's what we have for you, Libra. Hope that
you're welcome.
Helped, and you are welcome. And hey, Aaliyah, you are up. What is new in Aaliyah world?
I almost hate to ask, but we'll find out, I guess, eh?
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I'll grab this one.
Maybe you kind of feel his presence, eh?
Do you want to do this as a yes, no, and
yeah, let's see what happens with that. Certainly, this is the time of year for many people that they may feel the presence of loved ones who have passed on. It's the whole thinning of the veil kind of thing that in certain spiritualities or cosmologies, pagan in particular, they feel that Halloween time and then the 6 months opposite, which is May Day or Beltane, are poles towards life or death. That there's a veil, and the one veil thinning in springtime is more the veil of life, and the veil now is the veil passing. And so it's a moment or an opportunity to communicate, because that veil is thin, and that maybe if they're trying to send a message, they can do that.
Well, and if anybody does any Halloween practices, or, you know, there's All Saints Day, there's All Souls Day after Halloween, we often make graveyard visits. We're not sure we're going to be able to do it this year. The weather may not be permitting, but the other thing is that just keep in mind and maybe light a candle, and let's not forget, you know, I mean, not just our ancestors, but all the people we've lost to the virus. You know, it's been a devastating worldwide loss, and light a candle, you know, and keep them close, you know, at this time as well. Many of them had to die alone, you know, well, they weren't totally alone because healthcare workers were there, but it's rough.
And speaking of Halloween, I am working on my Oberonificant Halloween meditation, which will actually be a little bit kind of like a card reading. I was inspired to pull a variety of cards from several decks, and I've created a pattern that maybe is a mandala, a way of creating a space or portal. There will be one or two surprises that intuited that I will present there, but it's hopefully for most of us a message of hope. I haven't set the time. It will probably be in the evening Eastern Standard Time on Saturday, Halloween, so maybe like around 9 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It will be available on YouTube, and you can always just look at it later.
Okay, we have, well, this wasn't the first card drawn. Let me do the first card drawn. The first card drawn was the Knight of Potions, which is the Knight of Cups. And then I drew the Ace of Presents and the Ace of Potions reversed. So you've got two aces and you've got a knight, which is kind of a male figure, could be. And it's, you know, the knight is on the move, you know, is the way I look at it.
The knight is somebody who loves you or who feels strongly emotionally
and who has been
towards
following you, I feel, who has been with you.
So,
you know, maybe you don't always feel it. I don't know if you feel their presence, but they're there.
yeah, so despite whatever appearance is there, it is the appearance of somebody who cares for you. And it sort of feels like the traditional meaning is coming into your life. So maybe it is the idea there that they are somehow involved in your life, or that they will be.
Hey, Chrissy, I'll get you on the
Hi,
bottom
Chrissy.
of the list. Yep, we always do our readings on the live stream free. We're just offering other readings for cost. And of course, if anybody wants to leave a donation, that's welcome, but not mandatory.
Well, you know, I think about that too, like every time I'm doing something, whatever, I won't say that. And then I think about, oh, I wonder if, you know, that friend of mine that died last year is watching me now.
I sometimes wonder if my brother's watching me. I get a little nervous about that. He died of, you know, just a couple years ago, so...
Gee, it's almost been 2 years, hasn't it?
I know,
Yeah.
it will be. Yeah.
How many people before you?
Well, we'll get to that, Chrissy. All right, well, hold on a minute. I was going to throw some Lenormand for Aaliyah, but after Aaliyah is Angel Mary, Gina, Merwin, Country, K.A., Laura, Acel, and you, Chrissy.
So about 6 or 7?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Chrissy will be the 8th person, so 7 in front after Aaliyah, which we're finishing
Okay,
up
so
with.
let's finish up with Aaliyah.
Well, I think that just looked really good. I don't really want to add any cards to that, but I want to see what the Lenormand might say.
Yeah, we think that maybe this indicates that there's a presence of them around you. And it may be more than just because it's the time of year like we've explained. Sometimes spirits do sort of stay around the earthly plane for a while. They don't always reincarnate. They don't always drift off to something else. They may stick around. Usually just in a slight vibratory pattern.
Well, now you've got the scary dagger or cross, but here comes the sun.
Here comes the sun.
Here comes the sun. And so what does that mean to me? That means, Aaliyah, you know, wipe away any grief or sorrow or recriminations you have because maybe, you know, you didn't have as much interaction with your father. I'm not sure. I'm just saying. But this looks like, you know, let the grief go because he's there with you. He cares.
And a moment ago, Banshee said maybe you should light a candle. So do that too.
Yeah.
So happy Halloween.
Yes. Hope you enjoy the day. Thank you, Mr. O. Don't bend my cards.
Okay.
Just a
And I will
friendly
sip my tea.
warning. So after Aaliyah is Angel Mary. You are up, and after Angel Mary is Gina.
Okay,
yeah,
Angel
see,
Mary's
I
asked
thought
the
you
question.
said that. So that's why I'm saying, you know,
Yeah, I remember that.
I know you feel bad, but know that he has been with you. You know, maybe he is
It does
not
feel
with
that
you
way.
every day, but he is keeping his eye on you. It sure looks like that. When I see that knight like that came up with those two aces, I'm pretty sure that's a given.
Okay, Angel Mary's question is about being a trainer in personal development.
Oh,
It's up there. So I'm going to go ahead and grab the Karma Tarot for that. Do you see it there?
Okay. Yeah, I do. How do you want to do
And
that?
you're welcome. Let's do 3 cards.
Okay.
See what that shows us.
You are welcome.
And we see that, Angel. Thank you.
Yeah, we've got your question. We see it. Please don't forget to like the page. We really appreciate that. That helps a lot. That costs you nothing. And it makes us happy.
We happy.
All right.
So the Ace of Swords reversed. The 3 of Cups upright.
Wow.
And then the Sun. Oh, that's always a good omen in any reading. So the Ace of Swords maybe indicates that as an undertaking, there may be a little bit of some slowness getting started. But mostly I think it's just okay. It might just be because of everything that's going on with the economy and other things right now. So to some degree, though, Ace of Swords is like an undertaking. I don't see anything that particularly says it fails. It just may say that it's going to take a little time longer than you might expect. But the Sun is a really good omen there. The 3 of Cups seems to indicate to me that maybe it will be emotionally pleasing to you. You'll really like your work, or you'll like the impact you feel you're making.
I think at first you're just gonna, Angel Mary, I think that you are just gonna not feel like this. I'm not gonna say that it wasn't the right choice, but that things are taking off the way they should, that, you're just gonna feel like maybe this wasn't, this isn't going to pay off for you. But looking at where it's leading, I mean, you've got the 3 of Cups and you've got the Sun. It seems to me you're going to feel very fulfilled and happy doing this work. And the Sun is a sure sign of success.
It is.
It's just like, I think, you talked about the bars there or whatever. It seems to me you should go ahead with whatever you feel the most comfortable with and what brings you the most joy doing. And I think you're going to succeed. I think, like I said, there might be just a little burble at the start because we got that Ace of Swords first. But I almost feel it's you, like maybe possibly doubting in some way that this is going to work out or that this was the right decision. But all other indicators are go for it.
Well, almost everything in the economy is really still sluggish despite Wall Street. Other factors in the economy are kind of up and down. So it's just the nature of the thing, though. Clearly, though, it does seem like there is some success packing up there for you. So we're going to pull Lenormand's for you now.
Former alien. Oh, you
I
are
saw
funny.
that, Aaliyah. That's funny.
I love that. Hey, we are going to do that again in November. Hopefully by next live stream we'll start making announcements. We'll pick our day. I think it'll be Saturday again, though. It just seemed to work out really well for us.
It was fun.
Yeah, we had a great time. I hope
Entertaining
everybody
for sure.
else did. That was when we did free past life readings. It was only past life readings. So if you see us pop up on a Saturday morning in November, that's what we'll be doing. All right, here we go. All right. We have the stars, and that's a good sign. But we also have
The vampire.
the vampire, which is the snake in this deck. And so I'm looking at that snake and thinking, sometimes you just have to watch out for people, in whatever job you take that may have ulterior motives, and this could be people either you are working, you are training, or this could be people you're working with if you're working in a group, situation.
It could be as simple as just a little bit of gossip that's not necessarily totally malicious, but it could also indicate to jealousness.
Yes, jealous at your success. looking at those stars there, you know.
So that's another sign, though, of course, that you are going to be successful.
That you're going to succeed. You know, and there's always somebody who just doesn't like to see people succeed.
Isn't that the truth?
Oh, I know all about that.
Alrighty,
All
Aaliyah.
right.
Take care, and we'll see you.
That's what we have for you, Angel Mary.
Angel Mary.
And that sounded like an awesome reading. That was good. So, Gina, you are up. And then Merwin, Country, K.A., Laura, Asel, and Chrissy.
And I'm just slugging down the tea today.
You know, I haven't started mine yet. Shame on me.
Oh, shame on you.
I know. Uh-oh, Gina's got a biggie. Okay, dispersed frequency.
Let's do the Night Sun Tarot, maybe, unless you have an idea.
Go ahead with that.
Alrighty.
That'll be fine.
And this is by Fabio Listani, who is also the artist of the amazing Santa Muerte Tarot.
Yeah.
Oops. I did it again.
You sure, Merwin? Okay.
I wasn't going to say anything to her.
All right, but you never know who else will show up. Thursdays have been sometimes off and sometimes on again.
If by some chance we run through the list, we're going to force you to give us a question.
Yeah, if you stay long enough,
Just
Merwin.
do it. Yo, Merwin.
Aw. Well, that's an interesting question, Gina. By the way, I love that song. I love that song. But I have to admit, I have I don't know if you call it a pop song.
Are you talking about Post?
I have that Post Malone song just running through my head. My gosh. Circles. I can't
know you
stop.
saw him first, but I like him too.
I just can't stop it running through my head. And, you know, there are songs like that, sometimes good, sometimes bad. But I really like this one. I just do. So it gets me dancing around the condo whenever it comes on the radio.
Okay, well, we're on one right now, Country. So after this one, we'll tally up and figure it out.
Country, you are right after Gina. So,
Yeah,
because
so you'll be
Merwin
next.
said no reading for her, so you will be after this reading. All right.
Cut.
Oh, my turn to cut.
Yes, it is.
All right. Oh, you're very welcome, and I hope it works out for you, Angel Mary.
Okay.
Yo, Mr. O. What do you got there?
The Sun.
Wow.
Upright. The High Priestess reversed.
Ah.
The Ace of Pentacles upright.
Hmm.
Well, I get mixed feelings here because I don't necessarily feel that vibration. The Sun sort of is just too nice of a vibration. But you do have the High Priestess reversed.
Well,
and so considering the question, it could be indicating somebody's misuse. What?
Well, I'm just thinking that maybe the High Priestess reverse is, like you were just about to say,
Oh, so you were stealing my thoughts again?
somebody's misuse of power
Right, or secret wisdoms or whatever.
is being revealed.
Could be.
Could be reaching the light of day. And it's also possible that this means that somebody's magic maybe was successful, Gina. You know? I wonder about that. Just because somehow I just felt those cards went together. Now, the Ace of Pentacles upright just seems to indicate that it has not affected your life on a material level, but it certainly has affected other areas possibly of your life.
Where are you pulling this out of, Banshee?
Well, go on, Mr. O.
No, it's okay. I just
I just have a
I like
feeling.
what you did with those two cards. I mean,
Yeah.
I get that now too. That's but this one then is the one that really puzzles me because I'm not necessarily sure I see that your way, but I'm not really sure what way I could see it.
Well, I also feel that maybe what it could indicate is that despite this, you will be able to grow around it. So, in other words, I think in time it is possible that this magic is dissipating, you know? It's possible because it looks like you're about to enter a real growth cycle with the Ace of Pentacles.
There's no rules about misapplication of metaphysical energies, curses, bad vibrations. Sometimes people say these things rebound back for certain reasons on the caster. Sometimes it's not necessarily given that that is what happens. But I do wonder if maybe if the energies are attuned to something very specific for you, that maybe the result, though, is that something else sort of is unalleviated by any bad energies and sort of continues to excel or be okay. I.e., the cursing energy is affecting something else other than your prosperity. Your prosperity or your material conditions are actually getting a nudge maybe in some way. Not necessarily because of the energies, but just because it's a balancing, a karmic balance.
I get the feeling this is kind of an interesting.
Thank you.
This is kind of an interesting question, and I get the feeling that the sun.
Hi, Blah. We can add
Oh,
you.
hey, Blob, let me add you real quick. The sun with that high priestess. You know, I just wonder too if it doesn't mean, Gina, that it is blocking. You know, the sun is also about real joy and happiness. So this magic is blocking you from something that truly gives you happiness.
Gina, have you ever seen yourself in a ancient Central or South American culture? Like, I'm actually thinking like, okay, maybe during an Aztec era or something like that, the sun is sort of screaming Aztec to me now for some reason. You kind of got on the bad side of somebody who might have been a powerful person. They're a high priestess type. Maybe this is something from the past. Do you think that's... Do you think it's something from the past, maybe?
Mayan culture, she
Like
says.
it's... Well, all of those cultures did have emphasis on the sun in different ways. So I'm thinking of the Aztecs and that bloody sacrifice thing. But
Yikes.
but I'm just wondering if maybe this is a connection to the past, like a past life. I don't know why it sort of hits me that way. Maybe you're going to tell me no. So Banshee is pulled. Ooh, fish in jars. Gate is mountain.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah, what do you think you see?
well,
I'm testing Mr. O.
I see a Capricorn.
So the jars are fish.
Well, I see a Capricorn because the Capricorn is kind of like a fish that wants to climb the mountain, or a mountain goat that wants to swim in the seas.
Okay.
Oh, so,
Oh,
gosh,
that's interesting.
you're freaking me out, Gina.
Well, let me speak on this because
Okay.
I did not yet. And so what I would say is that it looks to me the mountains are blocking something, you know, like abundance or this flow of energy, you know, positive energy. It's blocking it. So I feel that something is still there and it's still blocking it. I don't know why, though. I still think that Ace of Pentacles indicates to me something positive is going to start happening and breaking through. But right now, that's where you're at. Right here, right now.
I admit I'm in a little bit of a toss-up here because I sort of feel the implications of this energy, whether it comes from far in the past or not. This one is still the one that really is challenging me because a part of me doesn't want to totally see that this could be really, I don't know. I'm just not really sure what I'm seeing there. Something is going to happen, maybe something that pulls you into a different direction. because that is,
Well,
of
often it
course, the
means
direction.
something new, the aces, of course.
something new,
So I can see why you're saying that. I think, Gina, the next time you approach this, maybe the question you need to ask is, how can you break this if you haven't already? Is how can you break this cycle? Is there anything you can do to turn it around?
I like what you're saying, though, about the Egyptian thing now. I'm pretty deep with Egyptian stuff.
Well, that was an interesting one, Gina, I have to say.
Wow.
Good luck with that. And, like I said, maybe we can go in, more depth on this in some other reading for you. So, hey, country, you are up.
And they did post a question
did
earlier. Yeah.
Okay. And then, maybe.
Is Ryan thinking about them? What
Okay,
does
so
Ryan want to do
after
with our
country
connection?
is K.A. and then Laura, Estelle, Chrissy, and blah. So what is the question?
He'll be coming around the mountain when he comes.
Woof, woof.
Is Ryan thinking about what he wants to do with our connection?
No, Chrissy, not yet. There's
No, you didn't miss your turn.
There's 4 people in front of you, counting the reading we're doing right now.
In the beginning, most people don't miss their turn because we're too slow.
We chat a lot.
Okay, what deck are we going to use?
Let me use the... Did I use the Poe, right? No, I didn't use the Poe, did I?
Not yet.
Okay, we're using it now.
And here's for all of Sunny's many
Actually, I think I
fans.
did.
Wake up, Sunny. This is your moment.
Okay, so did I miss that question? Let me
Ryan.
check. Oh, there it is.
Is Ryan thinking about them or their connection?
Okay, all right. Gotcha.
Yes, listen to Gina.
Yep, we've got it, country.
We have your question. Ah. All he needs is burgundy with that ginger there. He's so serene right now.
Don't bring attention to that. He will wake up, and then we have trouble. Aww.
Okay, country.
I got it. Let's see, knocks that pile over.
All is lost. Yes, Sunman needs a beret. Do you know anyone that could knit a cat beret? I could probably find one at a store.
I doubt he would wear it for long.
Okay, country, we have a couple of cards for you.
We have-
Our first card is the Star, which is upright. Pretty card. Then we have the reversed Justice. A little bit of brightness there. What's
Careful.
wrong with you?
Don't bend my cards, mister.
And then the reversed Two of Pentacles. You want me to go?
Well, I was going to let you go because I so blah, blah through them, but maybe...
Well, there may be some contrast here. I think there's a level of inspiration, but I also feel like maybe there is a question about decisions or about intentions, fairness, unfair, trying to be unscrupulous, trying to be secretive. With that Two of Pentacles there, too, reversed, suggesting that maybe there is more under the surface, like there may be some conflicting stuff going on. Blah, blah through them. What am I reading? Yeah, Sunny does look sleepy. Did you want to jump in?
Yeah, absolutely. I get the feeling the Star is, it seems to me there is some longing here or some wishful thinking. But let's take a look at those 2 cards that I want to put together now. That is that card, which is what again?
Justice reversed?
Yes, Justice reversed and the Two of Pentacles reversed. Both of those cards, country, are about balance, and they're reversed. And so, the balance, yeah, okay, justice is a little bit more than that. But in this case, I see them kind of mirroring each other. And it's like something was really out of balance here, is maybe what this person is thinking. And maybe they're feeling some feelings of unfairness, or that they themselves were unfair. There's something out of balance, possibly even in their own life right now. It could be either materially, or it could be, even with health or well-being concerns.
Well, before I said something that maybe indicated that there were some differing perceptions or intentions, and I'm wondering if one of you, perhaps it's Ryan in this case, is more of a dependent personality, and so some of that comes from that. The level of wanting commitment is because there's some security or insecurity issues, and so sometimes being committed to someone sort of buoys them a little bit. I'm not saying that it's insincere, but it may just not be the best reason, to be looking for a commitment at this time. And so maybe there's things there that are inspiring or attractive, but right now just maybe is not really the right time.
Yeah, I don't know. Something is out of balance here. And whether it's something that they're going through mentally, or emotionally, or it's just something about their life, they want to have more things in order, or it's possible they also felt maybe this was unfair. You're asking for this commitment at that time. And I'm not saying you were right or wrong there.
No.
It's just how they might be feeling about it. Maybe they felt like they were put on the spot and it threw them off their game. I am not sure.
So we're going to pull two more cards for you, country. But this one,
more.
To sum up a little bit, makes me feel like this is you in the equation, the star. You have a pure intention wanting a commitment, and maybe you were willing to work with them on the commitment, but they're not really there with you. You're at a different level. You're at the star's level, in a way.
Well, and again, I also see that as possibly being, is it Ryan, right? Ryan? Ryan could maybe feel there is something here. There is something here, but they're just not ready because of whatever else they are going through right now. I don't know, before you, if there was somebody else, maybe they came out of a bad relationship and now they're just kind of, wanting to take it slow. But it just seems as though there's not balance here. And maybe they felt put upon being asked this for right or wrong. Like I said, for right or wrong.
Well, we're going to pull two more cards right now from our Lenormand Oracle, so we're going to see what that tells us.
Yeah.
Maybe a little other detail or texture to this.
Hopefully.
We hope.
Sometimes it goes out of left field, so I don't know what we're going to see here.
Sunman, everyone says you look sleepy over here.
He is. They ate just before the show.
Oh.
Well, don't give up, country, necessarily, unless really, this is the deal breaker for you. But you have the pumpkin in this deck, which actually is the clover in a traditional Lenormand.
Which means good luck.
And then
fortune.
you have the haunted house, which is a house. So, to me, this shows like your living conditions. There is some luck or some fate or some synchronicity going on here. So I wouldn't rule it out. There is some fate thing at work, and it should be positive because the clover makes everything better. So
I think you're going to work it out, not right away, not immediately. Maybe it'll go on into next year-ish. But I feel like what Banshee is saying is true, that somehow
there's a fate or destiny
you're going to feel something that will continue to be a work in progress, and that maybe it's just a matter of each of you figuring out the steps towards each other. You might be ahead on the steps, but maybe they can still catch up with you because it may be about luck.
Well, and failing that, country, the one other thing is if it doesn't work out, I feel like you are kind of fated to go through this right now, that you're going to take away some valuable lessons from this experience. There's
Which would be
something
that
there
card?
when I see the clover pop up the way it did, and it came up with the house. And you just said you two are roommates. So I feel that is talking specifically about you two together, living together. So
You may have some disagreements over who does what in the house, who does what that's for your mutual good. Like maybe one or both of you feel that the other is not being honest about some of that. And maybe there is the idea too that somebody thinks that somebody else works harder at it. And so you have to work out those issues. I hope you can. Thank you for coming.
yes, I hope you can, country. And thanks. A good reading for you. And come again. And do like our page. We really appreciate that. And if you get anybody who hasn't subscribed, please subscribe and you'll get notified when we go live. Hey, K.A., I know you came in earlier. I don't know if you're still here. I could not pronounce your name. If you would like a reading.
I could take a stab at it.
It's way back to the top because I don't think yeah, I cannot read that. And it looks like they retracted their message, so they might be gone. We'll just give them a few minutes to see if they have a question, and if not, we'll move on. And after K.A.
Kanpatuan? Sorry.
And after K.A. will be Laura, Asel, Chrissy, and Blah. And so this week, don't forget, Mr. O will be doing his emotional exchanges.
Right, that's tomorrow actually. But if you're up late, it is dropping down on YouTube tonight at 12:45 our time, Eastern Standard Time. So that could be way late overseas or earlier or later. I don't know. I get that whole time thing screwed up.
And then Sunday, I'll be on board with my Materials Matters
I guess I
video.
should be showing those, eh?
I
Yes.
will be in the chat room and talking to people Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
And her show's really popular compared to mine.
Oh, here we go.
But you
Mr.
got to check out
O.
mine too. It's tomorrow. It's today, tonight, or anytime after
Everybody,
tonight.
please check out Mr. O's show. He feels neglected.
Also, join us
Yes.
again on Sunday from 2 to 4 p.m. And also, don't forget that I'm doing a Halloween special reading. It's about 10 minutes long, so it's not really long. You could use it as a meditation, perhaps. And we're still waiting on the person with the Greek or Russian name.
I think we'll pass on them. I think they are gone.
So that means blah.
That means Laura.
Oh, Laura. Whoops, sorry.
Laura's at the bottom of the list. It's Laura, Asel, Chrissy, and Blah.
Alrighty. And we're just about at the end of our first hour. Whoa. A general message for you? Sure, Laura.
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
Your deck?
Yes, we'll use the Norse Shadows again.
Also, there might be a top secret reading to be unveiled after Election Day in the U.S.
Why, whatever could that be about?
I'm not saying. Top secret.
Well, that actually means that maybe we might have to reveal another one from a little while back that has sort of just not been mentioned much.
Well, and also we will have to do a coronavirus update reading, I think, pretty soon as well.
Yes, I believe so, especially now with things moving in the direction they
We need
are.
to see where things are going, and
Right,
we
we
need to look at.
actually have
We're
a
going to
whole-
review our last readings on the coronavirus and see what we said, and then try to take it from there as to where we're going now.
Frightening.
I know.
All right. General message, please. Sorry to hear that, Merwin.
Yeah, well, it's pretty bad by us, Merwin. but it's all over the state now. It's not just our area of the state. We're doing okay compared to some areas of the state.
Okay, Laura, we have the Three of Discs upright.
Hard at work, I see.
We have the Magician reversed. Hold your tongue.
With a caveat.
With a caveat. Oh, and then we have the Fool.
Oh, my buddy, the Fool. Well.
So yes, there's, it's not just that you're hard at work, it's that people are noticing you're hard at work and people also noticing the level that you produce at. So people mostly are looking at that, but I guess maybe somebody is maybe saying something about how, well, you could do more, you could be better, you could apply something a little bit harder. So maybe somebody's trying to get a little bit more out of you. I'm wondering though if you totally agree with that premise or not. Do you want to jump in at all?
Oh, you can go ahead and finish. I'm probably going on a slightly different track.
Because I do feel that the Fool there also shows the element of surprise. So maybe this is the idea that maybe actually all of this sort of comes as such a surprise to you that maybe you find out, oh, I do have this thing in me and that maybe I could do something else. Like, thank you. Okay, it makes sense. The idea that maybe somebody says, you're doing good, but I think you could do more. And then when you take that in, it sort of gives you that idea that maybe you just want to dare yourself to be better, and you will find that this is a good thing.
I don't blame you, Merwin. I would do it if I could. Well, I'm only going in 1 day a week, so I feel good about that. Well, you know what, Laura? I'm looking at those cards and I'm thinking, yes, somebody might be acknowledging you for your efforts, but, you know, do you ever think maybe you want to go somewhere else and do something different? Is that at all on your mind, you know, that you're getting a little bit of, how should I say, work wanderlust, you know, that maybe you want to try something new? That's the Fool.
Yeah, well, it could be this a little bit too.
Because the Magician, to me, in this case, I'm having this feeling that it is saying that you feel you're applying your talents and abilities in the wrong way, or maybe they would be more useful somewhere else. When I see that combined with the Fool, I'm thinking that maybe you're feeling it's time to do something different, or go to a different place to do what you do.
So it may be that others are suggesting you can do something else too, but maybe you're also looking inside and seeing, yeah, and I could do something else too, like what Banshee's saying.
That Fool, it's because the Fool is off on a new adventure, or wants to be, and then I see that Magician next to it, and the Magician is reversed and like misapplying their talents, or maybe that's a feeling you have. It's like, you know, am I wasting my talent here? Would I be doing better? Would I be better off somewhere else, or applying them in a different way?
And I had another thought, and I'm just wondering too that maybe you're the one who feels like your talents could be better somewhere else, that maybe you could be appreciated better somewhere else instead of maybe not.
Oh, I'm glad. Good.
So let's pull a Lenormand for you, Laura, and see what else that might tell us. Yeah, movement right now just seems to be really stymied in a lot of ways. There's a lot of opportunities.
Hard to make a move right now.
There are a lot of opportunities, but they might be specific on certain skill bases too. Like I've noticed that now that I've retired, for years I waited to see another job in my field open up that would be closer to home. Now things are opening up closer to home, but they're still not exactly what I want. And also I'm retired now, so.
Well, there's that vampire again.
Arg.
The snake in the Lenormand. And then we have the ghost ship, the ship.
Oh,
so great. The vampire was first, just letting you know that, Mr. O. And so I'm almost getting the feeling that don't you want to leave some situation behind where, you know, you want to move away or take a journey away from petty jealousies or workplace, maybe politics, things of that nature. I see that fitting in with those cards somehow.
Right. Maybe the idea here is that really, although you're liked enough by the right people, you really like yourself the best there. You understand you're doing the best you can do there. But there are these other, influences. Like now the Magician reverse seems like that vampire to me in a way, a snaky kind of person.
Awesome, Mr. O.
Alrighty.
That's what we have for you, Laura. Hope that helped.
Good luck and let us know.
And hey, Acel, you are up. I hope you didn't disappear. You are up right now, Acel, and after Acel will be Chrissy and Blah.
So, Chrissy, if
And
you're
we
up
are
there, you're
like
next.
way ahead of the game. Whatever will we do with our time, Mr. O?
Take a nap. I had one earlier,
Maybe.
didn't I? After I came home from my part-time job, I took a nap. I feel like an old
I
man.
took a brief nap too, and I'm mad because I
You're
wanted to
welcome.
watch a YouTube video by one of my followers, Papa Squirrel. Papa Squirrel actually has my birthday. So
Don't you want it back? Tell him you want it
Well,
back.
I feel kind of a connection there in a weird way. He's so zany and kooky, but yet he does some amazing things with tarot unboxings and reveals, and he reviews decks very, very well.
Hi,
I have to
Kim.
say.
I was thinking about you earlier. You must have sensed me
Hey,
thinking
Kim,
about you.
we got a short list tonight, so we will put you on it.
It might be, Chrissy, because we're waiting for a cell and they haven't responded yet. So
Cell is a little bit slow. We're going to give him a minute because sometimes I think he's got a bit or she's got a bit of a delay. So I think,
if a cell doesn't respond in the next few moments, it will be your turn, Chrissy.
and we'll put a cell down at the bottom.
Yes, I was thinking about you because we were talking about revisiting the coronavirus situation. I know you looked at the Brexit, maybe some of that stuff, and so we thought that would be something.
gosh.
In my mind, I said, "Oh, I bet you would like to
That was
watch
kind
that."
of tacky on the air.
What happened? Oh, maybe you don't want to talk about it. Here, let's go ahead and move that away. Okay.
No, it's okay. Yeah, thank you. I wish that was done sooner.
Oops.
Now I just got a big mouthful of like lemon.
Let's put a cell at the back and take
Okay.
Chrissy now, since we
Okay,
have Chrissy
Chrissy,
here.
why don't you go ahead?
Chrissy, go ahead with your question. Oh yeah, we will. We just gotta get ourselves there. We've been a little lazy lately, I know.
A little
Halloween
lazy.
season.
Hmm?
I'm just talking with Kim. Kimbobulated.
Gotcha. Well, we're hanging in there, but COVID is out of control in our state again.
Yeah.
So we are not happy.
Over 3,500 cases in one day.
3,600. To be exact. Over 3,600. And they're doing some restrictions, but nothing really severe because there's going to be a fight between our governor and the legislature if she goes too far. And really, this should not be political.
Is
People's
Blah-
health should not be
Is
political.
Blah after Chrissy?
No, Blah. Yes, Blah is after Chrissy.
Hang on, Blah. We're reading for
Hang
Chrissy
in there,
now.
guys. We do this for free, and I know we take our time and stuff, but we like talking to you all too.
Okay, Chrissy, we have your question.
Yep, you can have a love reading, sure. Yeah, honestly, it's a big mess. Worldwide mess. I mean, I know we're not alone. I mean, I know France and Germany are having issues too. Everybody's tired, everybody's fed up, and I feel like if we all did the same thing together at the same time and we all were good about it, this wouldn't be the problem it is right now, but it's a big problem.
I think we have some interesting new questions or angles to approach this reading about Corona. about too, because now, months and months later, we know some different things. That we don't know anything with near certainty, but we know some things that seem to be stacking up, and I think we can put our questions and our reading into that mode and see what happens there. Okay, Chrissy, here we go. So you have 3 cards. You have the 3 of Wands. That's reversed. You have the 3 of Swords.
Yikes.
Which is upright. And then you have the 4 of Coins, and that's reversed. Ah, you're from Germany. I don't remember you telling us that, but I always wondered if maybe you weren't originally from here. Okay, thank you for sharing that. So the 3 of Wands reversed.
Oh, I remember you're from Florida. You're living there.
It sounds to me like maybe you're just been getting tired of waiting for something to happen, and we know what it is. Of course, you've expressed some of that before. You're despondent, or you're feeling like there was maybe opportunities and they slipped away, or they weren't really built on a good enough foundation to bring you something. Like maybe you were trying to get yourself out there, but it just wasn't working for various reasons. And maybe you really experienced a little bit of heartbreak too in some aspect. The 3 of Swords often talks about a heartbreak. Or certainly emotional distress of some sort.
Right, that's what I think. Go ahead with the 4 if you want.
Now with the 4 of Coins, though, it seem to indicate to me that maybe with all of this, there still was basically a way of either being or looking at yourself as being sort of remote or not in an active mode. And this may be changing in the future. It looks like maybe you are going to find activity, or you're going to kind of get back in step with things a little bit, maybe slowly at first, but it does seem like you are moving into some sort of activity of some sort.
The 4 of Coins. Okay.
Did I do that wrong?
Well, I think you did, but not really badly wrong.
Okay.
Because there is something about the 4 of Coins. You know, when the 4 of Coins is upright, Chrissy, it's somebody who's really holding tight to their resources and holding tight to things. In other words, closed off. When it's reversed, it's as if now there's an opening. So let me start at the beginning before I get into that.
Okay, and thank you, Banshee.
No, we've got 2 3s here, and they're reversed. Well, one's reversed, and the worst one is upright. So I will have the 3 of Swords. So I will say this, Chrissy. It looks as though I know you've been waiting, or you've just been anxious and you've wanted something to happen or develop in your life. And, and frankly, the fact that it hasn't, I think that's where the heartbreak is coming in. The fact that it hasn't happened is making you very sad and sorrowful. And, you know, you're kind of carrying that emotion on you. I'm not going to say like a badge, but I will say that people can pick that up. You know, people can pick that up. And so the 4 of Coins reversed, I believe, is saying it's time to release all of that. It's time to release the waiting. It's time to release the sorrow and put yourself just in a different, more positive frame of mind about it. Whether it's going to be, you know, I am ready. When it's coming, I will be ready. I am ready now to receive love. I am ready now to receive these things and focus more on the positive as opposed to this negative. And, you know, I'm sorry, you know, maybe that's you. You're going to feel like that's not you, but the cards are indicating that in some way, that you're holding on to too much sorrow and heartbreak and waiting. Instead of waiting, it's time to do something about it. And I feel too, and it's time to let some of that expectation of what you expect to come to you, to let that go. Because you have to be more open to being, I think, in a more proactive sense about it, and opening that heart to love and positive energy coming in. Those cards are just screaming that at me.
Hi, Julia. And yeah, we can get you a reading. We'll add you to the list. There's not a very long list, but you will be our last one as of right now.
I'll go over the list in a minute once we finish this reading with Chrissy.
Okay, so
I'm going to do some Lenormand to see if anything else
thanks
comes
for
out on
hanging in,
this
Chrissy. And we got 2 more cards for you, the Lenormand.
Man, I hate to
And-
give you a downer reading, Chrissy. I know sometimes some of the readings in the past were a little on the negative side as well. But I can't erase that 3 of Swords there, so...
Oh, of course you're on the list, Kim.
Oh, yeah, Kim, you are on the list. We'll go over it in a minute.
Oh, there's a Gordon here, or Garden. I'm sorry. Did you see that one? That's even above Julia.
I don't have that one.
It's below, Chrissy said, living in Florida, and then there's a Nightbot, and then Garden times Lotion.
I don't have it.
Oh, okay, really? You don't see Garden X
Nope.
Lotion? Well, they came in before Julia. Just put down Garden. So, Garden, if you're still here, we're going to get to you, too. We're going to go over the list in a moment.
I'm not sure why I occasionally miss things in my chat. That's very odd.
Okay, so what do you got? Okay, Chrissy, your final cards are the Skeleton Key, which is the key,
So interesting.
and the Candle, which is the sun.
What does that say?
You're finding out.
What it means to me is the sun is also about success, positive energy, positive vibes. You know, you have to do some things that maybe opening your heart to more joy and happiness in other areas. If relationships are not happening for you right now, try to keep a positive attitude about it. Try to maintain positivity, because I feel that is going to radiate success for you. That is the key. And it falls right into what I was saying in a way about the 4 of Coins.
Considering what your last comment is, Chrissy, I sort of feel like this does look like, more hopeful in that direction. So good luck with that. We hope you have a great outcome in your surgery and that everything is safe.
You know, it sounds like you're taking steps to, improve yourself. And that's really where it all begins, So I wish you the best on this.
Thank you, Chrissy.
And we are moving on. And what do we have?
Blah?
Well, just a moment. Yes, Blah, you are up, Blah, at long last. So we have Blah, and then Kim, and then Acel if they've come back, because I put them on the bottom before Garden.
Okay.
And then Garden, and then Julia.
Alrighty. Thank you, Julia, for expressing that too. Thank you very much. So,
Acel is here.
Yeah, we had to shuffle you around because you weren't here.
I had to shuffle you around because you were gone again when we called you, and we waited a little while.
But it's not a long list, so
No.
and we may be reshuffling again. Who knows?
So right now, Acel, we're doing Blah's reading, and then Kim, and then you will be after Kim. So try to keep on it, or
Blah, are you still here? We saw you here a few minutes ago.
Well, maybe they're writing their question, but yeah. Whenever we call your name, if you could just answer right away so we know you're here, and then we'll give you time to write your question.
Yes,
that might help us. There it is.
Ah, okay. All right.
Buy a house in
Let's do that as a
Yes.
yes or no?
Yeah, do you want one of mine?
Sure.
I don't think we've used the Halloween deck yet, have we?
I don't believe so.
Well, then let's do that.
So, Acel, you'll be right after this reading for Blah.
Yeah. No. Why did you say that? It's Kim.
Okay, you'll be after the reading for Kim.
I know, I said that. There were 2 in front.
Yeah, we will do the Lenormand too, Blah. Well, that's pretty standard for us.
It's standard.
We'll do a tarot and then we'll throw the Lenormand cards too. Isn't that right, Sonny? Sunman? Yes, it's a big LOL tonight, Kim.
Mr. O is tired after his half-part day of work. I worked all day, Mr. O.
But I got a chance to show off my new burgundy beret.
Here you are, sir.
Today was a good day. We even had Chinese food.
And it's too late now, but I did buy dessert. But we will have to have that tomorrow, Mr.
That's
O.
right.
All right. So are we doing
It's a yes or no.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, it was pretty good, Julia. Raspberry beret.
Sorry, Sonny.
So guess what I found out at the Chinese food store, Banshee?
What?
They have a very small selection of Thai dishes.
Oh, okay.
So maybe you'll want to try one.
Maybe.
Maybe.
All right.
I would. I like them there.
Well, we have the Five of Pumpkins reversed. We'll talk about that one, blah. We have the Ace of Imps reversed, and we have the Ace of Ghosts reversed. So it's leaning towards yes.
It is.
But I feel there are some complications. One thing is it may drain you more of your resources than you might like. Maybe this will cost more, or maybe the cost of living is higher there. Is that possible? It just seems to me that, although that is reversed, the 5 is worse, I feel, when it's upright. How do you feel about that?
Mostly what I think is that maybe you might have a period of adjustment where you might feel a little depressed or a little bit unsure if you did make this choice. But I think that over time you'll kind of normalize with it, because I do think it is leaning towards yes, as we see. And I think what's going to happen is that you may find that maybe it's too close to some other situations or types of houses or neighborhoods or things that maybe you have a slightly dubious feel about, nothing clearly ringing like this is dangerous or this is, a bad neighborhood or anything like that. Just sort of like a druthers thing, like maybe you're just sort of like you don't like the view as much, but you're going to get used to it. You'll accept it, I believe. It's just going to be more of a adjustment in the beginning.
Well, it could be what he's saying. I'm not denying that. I don't know why when I saw the Pentacles, though, the 5, I thought of resources. I just thought of, maybe it's either going to cost you more, or it's, maybe there's some things after you move in, some expenses that you had not foreseen. So it's possible there might be that.
And maybe that's that, to combine them. Maybe that's the idea is that you make the move, but maybe you realize there were some hidden things there, but you decide to basically deal with it and you kind of adjust to it.
But I kind of think it's going to happen. I think it's likely to happen.
That way. So we're going to do our Lenormand for you now, Blah.
He's staring at me.
Ah.
There's always something. I mean, you think everything's going smoothly with the purchase or whatever. There's just always something you hadn't planned on, and so that's what I kind of see this as. But let's see what else we have here. Okay, maybe the devil's in the details. So we have this cross card here, which is usually grief or worries or some stress. And then we've got this thing called the old letter, which is basically about letter correspondence or possibly paperwork. So I'm wondering if there's some issue with the papers you're going to be signing, or some delay or some problem there that's going to stress you out a bit. But I don't know that it's going to necessarily stop anything, but it's just something you're going to have to deal with. And maybe that's what the 5 of Pentacles is referring to there.
Right. It just gets to be a little bit too much. It's very tedious, or it's uncomfortable. Maybe it's happening around the time of the holidays or somewhere where it imparts or it distracts from other things you need to be doing or other things you want to experience.
I just think it's something about the paperwork itself.
Yeah.
Like, make sure, of course, when you're signing these legal papers, maybe have somebody, another lawyer, etc., look them over, make sure everything is in order, because maybe there's just going to be some problem or delay. The other thing that comes to mind now, I don't know where we're talking about here. Is this the UK or is this America?
I think it's UK.
Okay, so the thing is that, here we often have home inspections before you buy a home and stuff like that. So maybe it's something in that regard. There's a code violation or something that has to be cleared up. It's something to do with, I feel, the papers or the legalities when I see that that combination.
I'm going to go with that too, and it may just be too that, and I've heard of some situations I know over here where maybe after the fact there's kind of like and the seller agrees that they will take care of this, before the final closing papers or that kind of thing. So it may be something that can be easily cleared up. You'll just have to pay attention to that.
Yeah, I just don't see it as being a major setback for you, but, moves are stressful anyway, so just expect,
And you're welcome.
a little bit of stress there.
So that
I
means
think.
it's time for Kim?
That means it's time for Kim. Kim, you are up, and then Acel, and then Garden, and Julia.
Alrighty. Woohoo.
We're moving right along. You're welcome, Blah. Hey, good luck with that. I hope it works out for you. You'll have to keep us posted. Sonny's getting his massage. Don't mess with my microphone. Or do you want everybody to hear your purr? He's got a funny kind of purr. You can more feel it than actually hear it. I'm holding him right here and I feel the purr.
Yes, it's your turn, Kim.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. Thank you.
I misread that and I said bank. What's bank got to do with this? And I'm like, oh, it's bark. It's been a long day for Obi.
We're expecting something else from somebody, and like I said, and they live in Michigan, and they were sending it to our TFT.
Just go ahead and write your question.
Yeah, go ahead and write the question. TFT PO box, and it just hasn't come yet. He's pretty perplexed. It's not like, it's not like he lives in Texas or something.
Yes, you may. Is that the duck?
Okay, sure
Yes.
you can. No, we'll do you want one of mine?
Sure.
Let me do the witchy one.
So I'm off until next Monday. I don't have to work over the weekend or the Halloween season.
And I am off Monday, and while Mr. O's away, I will play. I'll probably get a lot of work done.
We used to have a cat, and the only way we could describe its purr was saying it sounds like it's backwards.
Yeah, we had a backward. Yeah, that cat was really funny.
Which cat was that?
Oh, gosh.
Was that Shmina? No.
No. Was it Your Fearless?
Maybe, or was
I think
it
it was Your
Coconut?
Fearless. God, we had so many cats, it's hard to keep count.
We've had probably at least together 3 sets of 3 cats each.
And then we
sometimes
took
one
in
goes-
cats
yeah.
because we had to take my aunt's cat when she passed away, and then we had to take a cat off our
Pookie.
son's hands. Yeah,
We got Pookie.
we got Pookie.
Pookie and Cindy.
That was an unfortunate story, and it wasn't his fault. Somebody dumped a cat on him, and he felt bad and took it in. But they lied about the cat's age, and it was really old, and it was getting to be too much trouble for my son, who was younger at the time, and so we took it in and tried to take care of it as best we could. But people can be so cruel, to get rid of a cat just because it's old.
There was more to the story. Yeah. It was a woman who found a boyfriend, and the boyfriend said, I don't like cats.
And so just dump your cat, who's been with you for how many years?
Yeah.
I say dump the boyfriend. Did I say that?
You did.
I did.
General reading for Kimbobulated.
Ah!
Oh.
Well, this deck is giving you all reversed cards, but one of them's not bad, so let's take a look here. We've got the Magician, and that is reversed. That came up in another reading with a different deck. We've got the Six of Pentacles reversed. And then we have the Nine of Swords reversed, and that's the one you want to get reversed. So I'm glad that happened. Now let's deal with these other ones. Do you want me to go first this
Yes, please.
time? Sure. So the Magician reversed is right now, maybe you feel like you're spinning your wheels in some way, that, you know, everything that you're doing seems to not be working out. It's almost as if you feel you have everything in place you need, but why can't I get it together? Why can't I get this situation to work out the way I want it to? And the Six of Pentacles reversed indicates to me is that maybe there's something that maybe there's a need to, maybe you're trying to do too much. Maybe the thing is you're trying to do too much and give too much of yourself in a particular situation, and you need to hold back a little bit.
I'm sort of feeling that strongly too, especially when I combine these.
Yeah.
They sort of feel like you're being pulled in some different directions, and you want to really find an area where you can focus your skill and talent. You know what you want to do, but other things are distracting you from doing it. Maybe if it's about on-the-job training or something like that, a skill to learn for a job, you're not really getting to it. Like somebody is sort of directing you differently than you want. You're not learning what you want to learn, and so you're feeling frustrated because of that. But I sort of feel...
I was just reading 10-year-old. Awesome.
Yeah.
6. Well, we had how many at one time? We had 5 with Pookie or 4?
4 or 5.
It was 4 or 5 with Pookie, I think. One might have crossed around that time, I think.
So with that 9 of Swords reversed there, these things may be saying that they're going to resolve themselves in a way, because even if you don't feel this way, they're probably really inside you subconsciously. They're causing some of your depression, or they may be. It may be too that some of this also affects somebody close to you. Like maybe if somebody else needs you to be doing better and their emotionality relies on seeing you more confident, that sort of hurts them, and you don't like that either.
So I feel that, yeah, if you've been overextending yourself and, you know, maybe feeling like you just can't pull it all together, the 9 of Swords is indicating to me when it's reversed that, okay, you just need to kind of lighten up on yourself, you know. You need to calm down and you need to try to find your center again. And I feel that the 9 of Swords reversed is calling you to do that, and that's what you're going to probably be spending a little bit of time up and coming doing, is trying to just, you know, don't be hard on yourself over this. Just try to calm down and pull it back together, you know. Just try to make it work. Try to get your mind, you know, more focused on, you know, the tasks at hand.
Yeah, I sort of feeling here that most of this could play out within or about a year or so, a little bit longer. It's like the virus stuff mostly. It's just going to play out for a while yet. So I feel like you still have an opportunity. I'm sorry, my head was getting a little warm there. Yes, he removed it. But I sort of feel there's an opportunity for you to take more time and explore some of that within yourself, how it makes you feel. Also, too, the idea that maybe there is a little bit of wisdom there, and that maybe there is some aspect you could try to focus on to bring a little bit more intention to that.
Yeah.
So
Hey, Patton, I see you're back.
I'll start the timer.
Back in 4 minutes. Okay. Hey, Gina, take care. Good seeing you again.
Bye, Gina. Thanks
Looking
for coming.
forward to the barking. And, all right, we're going to pull a couple of Lenormand for you, Kim, and then we'll move on to Estelle. So, Estelle, you could start typing your question. You'll be next. And after Estelle is Garden and Julia.
Alrighty. It's always fun. Thanks, Gina.
All right. Oh. Well, what's this I see? So we have a black cat, which is the dog in the traditional Lenormand. And then we have Sir Pumpkinhead. So who is this male friend who is lurking here?
It could be a male friend. It could also just be indicative of another person who may be coming around to you or maybe interfacing with you in some way.
It could be a colleague. It could be a colleague as well. But somebody who might prove helpful. Maybe will, maybe this is somebody you could confide in or talk to or you feel comfortable with. Maybe this is somebody you need to get together with just to kind of clear your head and relax a little, try to get your mind off of, the things that are kind of
now it doesn't
making
rule,
things
it
feel out
doesn't
of
rule
control.
out that it could be a relationship of some other sort. It doesn't rule that out. We just kind of hedge our bets because we don't know. Maybe you're already in a relationship. Why is it freaky?
Oh.
Because you dig guys with pumpkin heads?
What are you saying?
It's okay. I dug a woman with a pumpkin head.
Oh, all right. Someday I'll bring that picture back out. He is referring to me as a child. I don't think I looked at Pumpkinhead. But I had a rather round-looking head.
Okay.
As a child.
Well, that's interesting, but it could just be a really loyal friend because the cat is the dog, which is about loyalty, friendship. So it could just be a really good friend. Maybe it's somebody who could mentor you or who is, where you work at and does that kind of thing.
Well, and I'm not ruling out it's not somebody coming. I'm not going to rule that out.
Too, yeah,
so we'll see if that pops up again for you, Kim.
Alrighty.
And that's what we have. So, Estelle, you are up. And hi, Joelle. I'll add you to the list. I think we might be able to get you in. We're very short tonight, so we should be able to get you in.
Okay, I see Estelle's question. Will I find my way in life this year?
Oh, I see it there. Okay, we've got your question, Estelle. We're good. And then after Estelle is Garden, Julia, and Joelle. Okay, your deck?
Yes. We'll use my Night Sun Tarot again.
Oh, dear. Looks like I have a...
You're welcome, Kim.
I may want to take care of that.
What's that?
Something... Oh, you dropped a card. You didn't even look. You are welcome, Kim. I hope that resonated. Well, most of it.
Hi, Black Tree.
Oh, hey, Black Tree. Well, we'll see. We're in our last half hour. It's not a very long list, but we're getting close here. We'll try to put you on the list and see what happens. I'll go over the list again in a minute, but there's only like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 names on it. You're the 5th, Black Tree.
Yes or no or 3?
Well, let's do a yes or no and see what we get. You know what?
You're back. I was
Can
just
I
going to
change
say, where
my
are
mind?
you?
Let's do 3.
Okay.
Let's do 3. Patton's back. Well, you're in and out a lot tonight, Patton. Making the rounds. Oh, you...
Do we need to know the details?
No, that's fine, I mean, it's great that you're that loyal that you got to tell us.
Cut.
I am cutting Mr. O.
All right, and this was...
Yes, we're going to do 3. So I know if they'll find their way this year, right? Let's just see what we get.
So we have the Hermit, and that one's reversed.
There's some contentious cards here, Estelle.
Then you have the Five of Swords, which is upright. And then we have Judgment reversed. So these may be indicating that there are some struggles in this year for you. The Hermit reversed, the Five of Swords, and Judgment reversed. The Hermit reversed maybe is saying there's something you're denying, accepting the truth of it. Maybe it's something you feel inside you don't want it to be true, so you're sort of trying to deny that, or you're not able to see the wisdom in something that's been offered to you. You're sort of in a denial of a certain kind of wisdom or knowledge that somebody's trying to give you.
Well, yeah, the hermit has a number of meanings. I love the Hermit. That is my card when it's upright. I feel that the Hermit reversed might also indicate that it is time now, that it is, you sort of want to get out there again. You want to be out there in the world and participate more in life out there. Don't we all, with this horrible virus and everything going on? But I feel with the Five of Swords, there's struggles here. And, oftentimes, I just wonder about that. What did you say about the Five?
I didn't really yet.
Yeah, let's go into that.
I sort of feel like despite what I said about the first one, some sort of...
Can I see the card? I want to check something out here.
There's just sort of like a situation right now where you don't really know what you can do to help it. You can't necessarily apply more force to it, but you can't necessarily leave it alone. It sort of requires some sort of action, but it's not really clear what you feel you can honestly do, because you sort of feel like it's too potentially rough or raw, and you could make it go bad. And maybe that's what the Hermit reversed is telling us too.
Hold that up to the camera, the Five. I wanted you to take a look at that card itself, because this is a little bit different of an interpretation of the Five of Swords to me. There's one man or person, and he's struggling like this with his arms by his head. And notice one of those swords looks like it's piercing the head.
Yeah, maybe piercing the head or through the spinal.
Like some knowledge is coming through to you and it's hitting you hard. So I feel like this need to get out and to get back into the world as opposed to going within is a struggle for you right now, but you feel you need to do this.
Is this what that knowledge is in there too? Maybe?
No, I'm not looking at that as that. I'm looking at that as an external. So I feel that they have to get out, and maybe that's the way you will acquire knowledge. But the problem is right now, it looks as though, I feel that this year is going to be difficult to rebirth yourself. If you're expecting a transformation, a major one to happen for you this year, I am not seeing it.
I'm getting a bad feeling with this card too, and I'm thinking that there are maybe situations or events that are going to happen in this next year that will really make you question a lot of things about your life, and you're going to really have to think about that, because you're questioning literally everything you feel about spirituality
to the core.
or to the core. And I don't know if that coincides with that or not.
Yeah, it's a really fascinating card if you look at that. And the swords are about knowledge and decisions and stuff. And that one just going right in the head is saying something has got to wake you up almost. It's like you have to wake up in order to achieve the transformation that you desire. And I think it's still a work in process.
But see, that's why I think it's connected to the Hermit reverse, because the Hermit reverse to me is sort of indicating that you're in denial of something, and maybe this is saying events are really going to kind of push the envelope here, and it really is about things that are going to rock you to your core and make you question everything. And some of it may be really harsh to take, and you really will have to listen strongly for advice from somewhere else, maybe, because you may not be able to find it in yourself. I hope
you know,
can,
it sounds kind of harsh, but it's not something that is going to totally break you as a person. I just feel that this is going to be kind of a difficult year. And, you know, I got to tell you, it seems like we are, you know, with this virus, we are in for the long haul. Did I get this combination before?
I don't remember, but in a way it answers your question, Estelle, because it says, what will I find my way in life this year? And it's like, yes, but what you will find is like just some really grim truths you have to think about. The stars.
So the stars are here to bring hope, but just like this reading, here we have the dagger, which is stress and grief and can be kind of sorrowful. But it looks as though, and I feel like there's a battle here between the two.
You're going to be really challenged to try to be really hopeful because there's probably some really, you know, harsh things happening for you.
Well, I think it's for all of us, to be fair, so
Sure,
we're all
absolutely.
products of what is going on right now, you know, with the coronavirus worldwide. So we have to keep in mind that even next year, going into 2021, with the way things are going right now, we can already anticipate that at least probably from January to March is going to be a very difficult time for us. So I want you to not take it too personally and understand that this is going to be a rough run for a lot of us, I think.
You're welcome, Estelle.
So hang in there for us, you know. I think you've got a lot of character and strength, so I think you'll be able to weather this. And I wish you the best.
All right.
And we are on garden. If this garden is here, you are up.
Garden times lotion.
Garden times lotion. Okay.
Garden X lotion.
Okay, so if they are here, and if not, we'll move on to Julia, and then Joao and Black Tree. And we are going to cut it off at Black Tree because I'm sure that will be about it for us today.
So, Garden, if you're here, go ahead and say yes and type in your question.
We'll give them just a few moments. And Mr. O made an absolutely adorable video that has not been released yet, right, Mr. O?
Yes.
It's kind of promoting some of our pay-for readings, and it is really adorable. So hopefully we'll be posting that soon. It's very short, and it's very adorable, and there are some guest stars. Our cats!
So I'm not sure that Garden's here, so maybe we should just go ahead.
They might have just been passing through.
Julia.
Hey, Julia, you are up. And after Julia's, Joao and Black Tree. Your dog dreams a lot. I used to have a dog when I was growing up who dreamt a lot. Make all kinds of noises and kind of,
You can see it shudder a little bit or,
yeah.
you know, that kind of thing. Well, hopefully it's a good dream. Julia. You've been hanging in. You can't have left now.
Okay. I'm going to type some names. And we'll see. We'll give it just a few moments. So I know sometimes there is a delay, and I know that people get caught with that sometimes. Oh, there you are. Okay. Go ahead and type your question, Julia.
One of your decks again?
Yeah, sure. Oh, SP, I'm not sure we can get to you today. Maybe. If you hang in there, we'll see what we can do. Well, we'll see, SP, because like I said, we're getting close to the bottom.
Running late.
There's 3 people in front of you, and we've only got about a half hour, so see what we can do.
And I think that's Joel.
Yeah, Joao, you are after Julia, and then Black Tree,
okay.
and SP if we can fit them in.
Got your deck? Love reading.
I do.
We'll see, maybe.
I love reading. All right, let's see what we get.
For Julia. And then Joel, you're next.
Yeah, Joao, you are next.
I think that's a long A there with that hyphen over it. Or that
I don't know.
you're supposed to be better at grammar than me and stuff. You act like it.
Grammar or names?
Well, pronunciation. That's a pronunciation thing.
Are you challenging me, Mr. O?
Okay, Patton. I know it's probably late for you there. Whoa.
Hey, Patton. Sweet dreams. Have a good one.
No, you're fine. That's the thing about folks who are really opposite us in the time wise.
Always good seeing you here.
Okay, Julia. We're not pushing you out the door, Kim. But you're over there too, so yeah.
That's right. Ugh, cards are a little sticky.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, that's reversed. So, we have the Queen of Potions upright, which is
the Queen of Cups.
The Queen of Cups. We have the Strength card, that's reversed. And we have the Five of Presents, which is the Five of Pentacles, but it's reversed as well.
Well, it starts off pretty good with the Queen of Cups because that seems to be the idea of a romantic personality. So could indicate either yourself or could indicate maybe another person who maybe you are vibrating to. Or just in general, the situation is about emotional happiness, contentment. This is the kind of person that sort of promotes or inspires that.
Go ahead.
But with the Strength reversed, this may indicate that if you're not in a relationship now, or if you are actually, that there may be some struggles within a relationship where maybe there's disagreements or maybe there's not really a fair balance between certain aspects of the relationship. Maybe somebody tries too hard to make something work that they should just let happen normally. This could apply if you're not in a relationship too. Maybe this is saying that if you're trying to force relationships or put that emphasis there when it's not really the right time or they're not ready to do that, that may not work out. Did you want to jump in yet?
No.
So then finally what I'm seeing here is the Five of Presents reversed. And that may be indicating that somewhere within yourself maybe you sort of have a negative attitude about your ability to find somebody or to find comfort or to be able to express some of that. And it's not saying that that's true, but maybe you're just down on yourself at this time that you're not seeing your good qualities and you're only emphasizing your not so good qualities.
Well, and therein lies the rub for me, Julia. I look at that Five of Pentacles reversed, and I'm looking at Strength reversed kind of together here. And I can't help but think that, you know, maybe, I don't know if you are in a relationship, if you are, okay, I'm going to go both ways here. If you are in a relationship, you know, maybe you feel like something is not right or is lacking to you. And, you know, there's something there that is kind of draining on your levels of confidence in yourself. You know, is it maybe that somebody is over dominating? If you're not in a relationship, then I look at that as possibly being, you know, this sense of feeling of a lack in your life right now. You feel that kind of strongly. You really want to attract love. The Queen of Cups is here, and this is somebody who is very ready for something solid, something beautiful, and is so giving. You know, but you got to be careful that you don't give your sense of self and your identity totally into this relationship. You have to be, you know, relationships are there to make us stronger. You know, we have to both make each other stronger. Well, actually, we have to be there for each other, but we also have to be there as separate beings and support each other's separate realities, their interests, their needs. So there is that thing here where you might end up being overwhelmed by somebody who may not have your best interests at heart. So be careful when starting relationships that you don't lose yourself in that. I'm not seeing love coming or going one way or another here right now for you, except that I see that you are so ready and open to it right now.
So maybe we should do that Lenormand then.
Yeah, let's see what the Lenormand has to say on this. Because maybe that will point to something happening.
And the Lenormand is another oracle non-tarot that we use, just if you're new and not familiar with that.
We also do pay-for readings. We can do Lenormand or tarot. We have some Lenormand spreads that we offer.
They're kind of a different system altogether in a way, but
From
some of the
tarot.
symbols are similar, but they may not mean exactly the same thing.
Well, and the tarot gets into a lot of either psychology, sort of pop psychology, but also kind of life path kind of things. And the Lenormand can be more about your everyday concerns and matters more. Maybe. Is that a good way to say it?
It is a good way to say that. And sometimes the Lenormand just really talks about the practical things that are happening, whereas tarot may more hint at that in a way. So you have the blood moon, which is like the moon in the Lenormand.
And look,
And then you have the
it's
stars.
the moon and the stars.
So you have the moon and the stars,
So
Julia.
I would say this, Julia. If you are looking for a relationship to start, keep your eye on the prize. I think that there's hope here. There is, you're definitely have your heart set on something. And the moon often can indicate romance. So I do feel like there is something that could be starting to germinate. And if you are in a relationship, it's possible it will get deeper. Just be aware that, you have to be, like I said with those other cards, make sure that you are not totally consumed by it. That's the best way I think I want to put it.
That's all I can say about this too, is that the moon typically in tarot and other kinds of fortune telling does really speak about romance happening or the possibility of it happening. So I think this is a good sign that maybe there is something happening. Maybe you're aware of it, or maybe it's just something that will be continuing to develop. And I just wanted to say, maybe remind that some of this is really attitudinal, these other cards.
Yeah.
And it's about really either looking within yourself and understanding those attitudes and figuring out how to change them, or just being aware that they are there and that, other people have their own attitudes too. Sometimes that's the game of love or romance, is about making sure all the parts match.
And
not just the physical parts.
As I look at those two cards that I put together there, I think these cards go with that Queen of Cups.
Yeah, I see that too in a way. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
all
right. That's what we have for you. And hey, thanks for waiting.
Thanks, Julia.
Hope you got something out of that reading. And Joelle, you are up, and then Black Tree and SP. And if anybody else walks in here, I'm just going to have to say no. Well, I'm glad you liked it. And if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and you'll be notified whenever we go live.
So, Joel, go ahead. I don't think you posted a question yet.
Yep, we're waiting on Joelle, and then Black Tree and SP.
A general reading.
And everybody, please don't forget to like our page.
And I'm going to use my Tarot the Northern. All right, Julia. Take care.
Oh, go have a good night. All right.
Okay. So you have 3 cards. You have the 5 of Wands reversed. You have the 4 of Cups upright. And then you have the 9 of Swords upright.
Yeah. Okay. Shall I go?
Sure.
So what's that for? The 5 of Wands. 5 of Wands reversed. Well, you know, I get the feeling here that maybe there's been some stress. There's been some
Competition.
competition even. In that maybe there's competition for a job. That you've been involved in something where you kind of had to take a stand on something maybe, or kind of, I don't know what the word is I'm trying to think of.
Looking for your position.
Yeah. And so, but basically the 4 of Wands, and the 4 of Wands is, or I'm sorry, the 4 of Cups. The 4 of Cups is upright here. And so I think that you're trying to pull away from this stressful situation now and just, you know, step back a moment and reassess where you're going with something. You know, if it's not an actual competition with others, it may just be you've been feeling a lot of stress about a particular situation. It could be work related, it could be career related, or it could be just in goals, some goals that you wanted to accomplish. But now is time to maybe take a step back and reassess your progress and where you're going, because the 9 of Swords is kind of indicating to me that you're not happy with the way things have been. And this is all about that, changing what is wrong or what's not feeling right to you.
Right. It seems to me like things have been frenetic and you have waited for this moment for things to slow down and possibly to re-examine it. It may be that you realize there are choices in there that you have to make, but you just don't want to be rushed there. And this frenetic energy really kind of left you with that feeling that, you know, somebody was trying to push you towards making a decision, but you will be standing your ground if this hasn't happened already, or it did, and kind of just saying, no, you're just going to have to wait. Because really, when you realize that it's just like what Banshee said, there's a lot to consider, and you really want to consider what it was that maybe was too much competition or too much
combativeness
strife.
or stress. I feel like it could also just be stress, you know, and strain and pressure. And, you know, it just didn't have a very healthy outlet. And so that's why it's time to take a step back, take a deep breath, and kind of reassess where things stand. So you know where to go from here.
I'm also getting a feeling like maybe there is something else that is in the back there that you haven't mentioned, but I'm sort of picking up in that maybe there's an idea that you have an ability to possibly go somewhere else in this situation. Like maybe if it's a job thing, maybe you know you have the ability to get a job somewhere else, or you know you have the ability to make a change, but maybe you just haven't really wanted to do that just yet. But that is there in the back of your mind that really you have resources or opportunities to make these changes. You just didn't really want to do it now. You're waiting, really.
Well, and I hate to broaden this more, but I think I have to, because when I look at the wands there, oftentimes that means business and stuff, but it's followed by a cup, which is, you know, and it's a very emotional card in a way where you're taking a step back and you're reassessing, you know, what's making you feel fulfilled or happy, and how to get there. And then we have that 9 of Swords, and the 9 of Swords is kind of emotional. You know, the swords aren't usually emotional cards, but that's a card of kind of feeling despair or sadness or unhappiness with situations as they stand now. So I also think this could potentially be about a relationship if it doesn't relate to you about work. It could be about where you stand in your life with relationships. So I'm going to see if the Lenormand can shed a little more light on which direction this might be going. Yeah, I don't know. So we have the Book of Shadows, which is the book in the Lenormand. And then we have the Haunted House. Well,
Is there a matter about your home that needs to change, and that maybe you've been waiting on more information about that there's either a change of residence or a change to something within
or maybe
the
this
structure?
is relating to conditions in your home, or, where with people you live with. I mean, that's possible. Or the other element of this is that I think that clearly the book is about learning something. The book is about learning something. So maybe even you have to delve into your past a little bit here. Some of the things that you've done. Maybe there's ties to what's going on to something that's happened in your past or in your family life. So this is a little bit vaguer for me, the way that came out.
Clearly, this does show that you've been working hard, and that there's just really something else you have to consider there. A choice or a way of finding to modify the strategy, as you put it. So with the book in the house there, I'd say that maybe some of this spills over into your home life, some of this tension or business, but basically what you will find out will be able to make you strengthen your house, and that's your figurative house too. So that's your house at work, your house of relationships. So I really think it's really learning how to strengthen yourself. This looks like harsh times, but it really is about healing ultimately in the end, or getting over oppression to some degree.
Well, and I'm just wondering too if, as you step back and reassess, Joelle, you take this time to reassess the answers that you seek, through this book, the answers that you seek are really not going to be that hard to come by. I mean, it's almost as if they're within you, because maybe that's why the house is there. It's saying that the answers you seek are really right in your own backyard. You know what I mean? So maybe you don't. But I kind of feel like maybe they're familiar to you already, or you really know what you need to do. It's just a matter of stepping back and deciding when you're going to do it. I don't know. That's what we have for you, Joelle. That's what the cards have given us today. So I wish you luck with that.
Hi, Love here, and unfortunately we've already went into our overtime. We're only here to 9, so we're just finishing up with 1 or 2 readings and we're done. So we're sorry we won't be able to take you tonight. If you subscribe though and hit notification bell, you'll know when we come on next. And we do come on one other time this week, which will be, I'm pulling up the schedule. We're on Sunday from 2 to 4. So...
No, I was just saying don't pound there by the microphone.
Okay.
Okay.
So, thanks, Love here. Hope to see you again sometime, though.
Hey, Black
you're welcome,
Tree,
Joelle.
you are up, and then SP.
We'd love to see you again some other time, though, if you can make it. We're just going to try to finish tonight. Who's next?
Black Tree, and then SP.
Do you want me to type it in?
No. Let's give it a second. Black Tree, I hope you're still here. Let us know. And hey, SP, if you're here, you can type in your question and we'll get to you right after Black Tree. And if Black Tree doesn't respond, we'll just move right into yours.
And thanks everybody for coming tonight. As normal,
yeah, we had
usual,
a full house. First we started with a small list, and then it grew and grew.
Don't forget to watch my show later tonight or anytime afterwards. It's the Oberon's Outlook on the Emotional Exchanges, which is the weekly tarot for the elemental signs and kind of indicates what's going on in your emotional realms. And then on Sunday, Banshee will be here with the material matters. That's from 10 to 10:30 approximately Eastern Standard Time.
SO, it says. SP. SP, type in your question. Oh, man.
Looks like our viewers are gone anyway.
I haven't seen. Oh, I guess you're right. Well,
Love here is here.
yeah, love, are you still here? Why
Love
don't
here.
you
Give
why
us
don't you
a
go ahead
question.
and type in your question and we'll get you in now.
And you'll
'cause
be our last
You're
one.
our last reading.
Yes, just go ahead and type your question.
All right.
Looks like you made it.
You made it after all. And
That's how it goes here. In the last half an hour or so, people may stray away, and we just try to move through whoever's here and get
Sure.
it done.
You just, about your side job, is there anything specifically? Okay. All right, let's see what we get. Give you a general view on that. Is the Halloween again?
Sure. You're welcome. Oh, I need to move that away from there.
You're silly.
Stuck on the screen. Oops.
All right. Okay, so we're going to say no to these guys. Gotcha. Why is that 5 of pumpkins coming up so much? Wow. Crazy stuff. Okay, we have the 7 of ghosts.
Which is like the 7 of cups.
Yep. But then we have the 5 of pumpkins, which is the 5 of pentacles. This is so odd. And then we have the King of pumpkins. Wow, it seems to be all over the place on this one, love. I don't know. You said it's
finances.
a side job, so maybe are you making a lot? You may not be making enough money off of this job. Are you hoping it might, move into something more permanent or full time?
I also get the feeling like maybe you could even have your choice of another side job or two. Like maybe there are a number of things that you could possibly do or are related to that. So I'm thinking that mostly what this says is really how well you focus.
Something is not paying off. I don't know if it's your full-time job or if it's the sideline. Something is not paying off for you or makes you feel kind of miserable. And so, but the King of Pentacles is here. And I get the feeling that this is something that, you have the potential here. So if this is about your side job, you have the potential here to grow it. I think definitely. But you have to really focus on it in order to do so. And that, right there, the 7 of Ghosts, which shows, well, I have all these options. I could do all these different things. You have to focus. You have to, if it's a side hustle, you really want to take off, then you have to focus on it. And it is possible it could pay off for you.
Well, we can relate because in a sense what we're doing here is a side hustle. One of us is still working. The other is retired and receiving some retirement monies. But this is a side hustle to kind of keep us going, give us something
these
to do
readings
here.
are free, but we are obviously doing paid for readings besides this. So, yeah, we get it.
So I think that this maybe expresses the idea that being ghosts, there is something nebulous about the side hustle. It isn't the main thing, but maybe in a way like ghosts are fascinating or draw our attention. Maybe this does draw your attention in a way that you really do have strong hopes of making this go better.
The King of Pentacles indicates that to me.
I still get the feeling, though, that what it really comes down to is that there may be an aspect that you need to more focus on to exploit. Like there are just different things going on there, but there may be one thing in particular that when you figure it out, it will be more of a focus for you and you could really move into that area. Because most of these things really...
Let's see that card again, the ghost card.
Most of these things really talk about creativity, your passion in a way to me. the King of Pentacles is a very creative person, although it sort of seems to emphasize more towards the money aspect. There is a creative thing here.
There's a creative and growthful thing here, and the King is on top of his game. So I feel like whatever the side hustle is, you're very good at it, you know, and or you can develop that, you know, if you immerse yourself in it.
So I would say that mostly it looks good, but it may be that you'll just have to spend a little more time out there with it before the payoff really comes. Now with this is the Deadly Flowers, which is like the flowers.
No.
Lilies?
Yeah, I think so. What number is it?
39?
Yep, it's a lily. No, 30. It's the lilies.
Okay, so here's a little more for you, love. We have the lilies. It's called the Deadly Flowers here. And then we have the Book of Shadows.
So basically what this means is that I feel that, again, I don't know if you have to do research or more learning or, you know, there's something that you need to know or look into so that you can allow this to grow and mature more, this sideline. So in other words, do your homework, do whatever legwork you have to do to get this thing off the ground on the right foot. But I think in time, you know, and maybe you need to take a little bit of time. I think this growth is not going to happen overnight for you, but I do feel, because of that Five of Pentacles there, I do feel like there's some struggling along the way here to really get it off the ground. But I think that in time, this is going to pay off and mature into something nice for you.
Right, and maybe what this Seven of Ghosts means is not that you have to figure out your focus, but maybe it's just saying there's a nebulosity here and that it's going to happen. You have your focus, because I think that's all you've been telling us here, is you have your focus. So it sounds exciting. You'll have to let us know how that goes.
Hey, that's what we have for you, and so you came in at the right time. You got in. So we're glad we were able to read for you, love. Good luck with that.
Very nice to hear that. Thank you, love.
All right. Well, we're going to get going. So we want to thank everybody today for an excellent show once more. Some great questions tonight. And we hope we helped a few people out think about stuff. And
I hope you do come back, love. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, love. We'll see you soon. And everybody, stay safe out there. It's crazy with the COVID right now. Take care of yourselves. And we'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.